Hey, thanks again for joining us on Into the Mystic Sailing. This week, we're headed to Tilloo Cay. This is going to be the furthest south that we go during our trip to the Abacos this year. It is just a mostly deserted key. A couple little houses on there. One that you may have heard of, the former owner of. But this is us. We're just sailing across. We're trying to get to Tilloo so that we can get anchored down. We've got a little bit of settled weather, so we're going to anchor out for a few days. We have gone, once we get the anchor in the water, we will have traveled 2,915 miles since we left Whitehall, Michigan. We're closing in on that 3,000 mile mark, which is a big milestone for us. And we get to do it in a place that looks just like this. So anchors have been set. We're still traveling with our good friends Phil and Laura on Love Song, and Eric from Doctor's Orders. This is Tilloo. This is, again, as far south as we're going to travel during this trip to the Bahamas. That's the house that we're going to tell you about in just a little bit. There is a what looks like a castle turret on it. So we're pretty excited about going to check that out. Only a few little houses on here. The anchorage is about 15 feet deep. It's about 81 degrees. The overnight low is going to be 79. So a 2-degree swing, which is pretty okay for us. Lots of big rock formations here. Once everybody gets settled in, once we get the boats anchored down, you set anchor alarms so you can know if your boat is moving or if your anchor's dragging, if you have storms that come up, that kind of thing. Once all of that is in place, everybody starts checking in with each other. Hey, we're going to go to shore. Do you guys want to go? So we get an armada of dinghies all together, and we start for shore. We all take our snorkel gear because we're going to dive some of the reefs to see what we can find. We are greeted with starfish as we're going across, tons of turtles, rays, sharks, all kinds of fish of every size and dimension. This is the house I was telling you about. This used to be owned by Gary Larson, the guy that wrote The Far Side. This was his house. He has passed. It has since been sold, but if you remember The Far Side, you'll remember what a genius. And all of those books that you bought, this is what they paid for. That gorgeous house right there. So we beached the dinghies. You can see all of us here. We're all just kind of hanging out. Phil brings his drone out, and we get some pretty cool shots of the beach.
Be alive with me. You wasted too much time. like the stars in me. I feel so alive.
This is just snorkeling, just a reef that's just there. This is how clear the water is. We've heard people say, oh, once you get down to like the Exumas and places further south, the water is so much clearer. And I'm sure that's the case, but we're pretty amazed every time we get on the water with the clarity that we can see. So next year, if we get down even further south, I'm sure we'll be even more amazed at the clarity of the water. But just look how gorgeous that is.
I will always have hope.
Tons of fish, lobster, lionfish, sea urchins. There's just so much to see and so much to do. You could spend most of your time underwater and never see the same thing twice. You know, it's funny. People say, "What do you do all day?" Look at that. It's just conch shell laying on the bottom. That's all. So our typical day: wake up, make coffee, breakfast, take care of whatever little boat chores you have to do, whatever things you have to take care of personally, and then, if the weather's good, everybody grabs a dinghy, their snorkel gear. We either walk a beach, look for shells, snorkel, dive on a wreck, whatever. Come back, have lunch, read a little bit if you want, play guitar, hang out, whatever you want to do. Sometimes we'll all get back together for drinks on somebody's boat in the evening. But it's a pretty laid-back life. If anybody has a project that they need to work on, anything on the boat that needs fixed or maintained or replaced, everybody is always willing to jump in. One of my favorite quotes from Phil, we had a small engine issue, and he sent a quick text, and he said, "Do you need guidance? Do you need support? Do you want me to do it for you? Let me know what you need and what time you want me there." It's just such a community feel. Sounds kind of trite to say, but to be out here without help and support and these fabulous people that we got to spend this time with, I just can't even imagine what that would be like. So this is just more of the reef as we're diving and looking and just spending an afternoon in the water.
You say you don't know where you go, so come. The wind in your hair, birds keep flying away, away, away. Ooh, lost in your world. Ooh, memories of hope.
This is one of the many treasures that we found. We have so many conch shells. It's just a plethora of them. This is us taking a dinghy ride by Gary Larson's old house, former house. Still has a sign at the end of the dock that says the far side, and we thought that was pretty cool.
You can
Phil and Laura headed back to the boat. Phil has a much faster dinghy than we do. We have an electric motor. He has a 15-horse Yamaha, so it will go. He says, "Hey, we're going to go to a little place just up the waterway, so that we can get a drink from a floating bar restaurant that comes in every day. This is called the Thirsty Cuda. So what happens is, as the tide goes out, it creates this massive sandbar, and a boat comes in most days, weather permitting, called the Thirsty Cuda, and they just drop anchor. And when they do, they turn on music, the sandbar appears because the tide is going out. You beach your boat, you beach your dinghy, you can bring chairs, umbrellas, whatever it is you think you want to do, and you can spend the afternoon at the Thirsty Cuda, sitting in the water, swimming, sitting on your dinghy, floating on your boat, whatever you think you want to do. A full bar menu of stuff, tons of drinks. You literally just walk up and place your order, and they make your stuff for you right there. It's one of the cool little features. Tilloo is really a pretty cool place. This is us. We've already parked. This is how many boats can show up on a given afternoon if the weather's right. People just hanging out on the beach. Yeah. I mean, it's just great. What else can you say? The floating bar? Yeah, we'll take that all day. That's the Thirsty Cuda right there.
Memories of home.
And just like that, it's the end of another day. Phil gets his drone back out, and he's kind of doing a little tour of the island, flying over our boats. That's ours right there. There's Eric on doctor's orders. A couple other boats in there. It's a big anchorage, so there's lots and lots of room. But it's a pretty cool way to spend a few days, that's for sure. Hey, thanks again for watching, guys. Hope to see you next week on Into the Mystic Sailing.